えなきゃって。私、先輩のことが好きです。イベントで気づかされたんです。こんな素敵なカメラマンさんが見つかって幸せだって。
2.5 Dimensional Seduction, episode number 5. They did it again. This episode was just so good. I know, though, I can't be the only one having big feelings at the end of the episode. When Ririsa was telling Senpai, right, when she was telling her boy, like, I think these feelings, you know, might be love and stuff, I was like, oh my God. So as she was kind of monologuing and having her moment, before she ruined all of our days, at least mine for sure, I was like, my mind was going like a mile a minute. I was like, oh, here it is. This is like the confession, and he's going to have to deal with how he's going to accept her feelings. And, you know, maybe this is the portion where they can like kind of maybe like start dating, and like this is the romance piece of it. And it's going to be so cool for them because they're going to have like this romantic partnership and be even closer and spend more time together. And like my mind was racing like a bunch, and I was like, yes, this is awesome. Like I didn't expect this like so early in the show. And I was like, yeah, we're finally getting like unlike a similar anime like My Dress Up Darling, where, you know, they never consummated their relationship, they never like started going out. I was like, oh, we're gonna get what I always wanted there earlier here. I was like, this is so awesome. And then this episode was fire, and then she ruined it. She was like, oh, I think, you know, I'm just really, I love you as my cosplay partner, as my photographer, and all this other stuff. And I was like, god damn it. I was like, god damn it, it got me. They got me. And of course, you know, they're gonna push the, you know, push the objective, push the envelope. They're gonna push the romance piece of it. You know, either, you know, they're gonna kick the can even further down the line. You know, to maintain that will they, won't they mystery. And I'm like, of course they are. And I can't tell you that I'm not. I don't think it impacted the episode. I think this episode was hella funny. I think it was awesome. I think it was sweet. I think it was endearing. Like I think it was a 9 out of 10 episode. I think this episode was a fantastic episode. But I can't tell you how disappointed I am. Like I was just so like they got me. You know what I mean? Like I was just so disappointed because I was just so as she was like, you know, being pretty spot on of like, you know, my when I'm with you, my heart, you know, kind of like, you know, I feel this way. And like she was conveyed all the real emotions that she's feeling and that Masamune's feeling, because they're in love at this point. You know, they're feeling those love feelings. And I was like, yes, you know, this wasn't on my bingo card today for her to come and express herself in this way and like be so real. And like I was like, this show is just gonna be even that much like more better for it. And then I was like, what's gonna happen with Mikuri? And what's she gonna think about this? And is she gonna allow this to happen? Is she gonna make her movie? Like my mind was racing a mile a minute of like all the cool things that it could come from. So when Ririsa took it back in a way, it just crushed my hopes and dreams. I was like, ugh, I don't know. I was just so disappointed. And maybe you didn't feel that way. Maybe it was just kind of, maybe you found it funny. You know what I mean? Like I think I laughed too. I think I laughed, you know, more out of like, not like laugh like so funny, more of like you know what I mean? Kind of like a depresso laugh. But you know, again, if you thought that was, you know, it was fun or whatever, that's cool. I was like, oh, my dreams are crushed. The rest of the episode was awesome. You know what I mean? This episode definitely showed us that as Ririsa continues to take this seriously, she's gonna need to set up her social media. She's gonna need to be better at, you know, doing her what do they call them? COS-ROMs or whatever, basically like the DVDs. She's gonna have to do better of, you know, producing that. She's gonna have to do better about being in cosplay as the show goes on. You know, maybe have a couple of different signs that they can post up. Basically, kind of replicate what some of her people that she holds in high regards are doing, and you know, some of the other people that are there. That way, she could be more not professional, but just, you know, kind of be more in the hobby. You know, have cards ready. Basically, all the standard stuff that they come to expect. Maybe have some like play cards ready to sell to people. like just all those different things. I think that this was a great lesson for them, not only for her, as the main attraction, but then this is a good lesson for Masamune to come in and be more prepared. He now has Ogino, which can now be like his buddy in crime. Like he can now, figure out how to partner with Ririsa better, kind of like how Ogino was doing with that Majino lady. And he can figure out how to kind of put her out there more, and how to dictate the crowds and how to handle photo shoots and payments and all that stuff. So I think this was an awesome episode, and I think it was a great completion to their first event. I think it was a great showing of what they what they can do going forward. But I think it's a great lesson for them having a big win at the end of it with what do you say? I think it was a big win for having, this big lesson kind of like at the end of everything. That way that they can really take it and learn from it. And this also did increase their relationship level as well, too. Ririsa at the end, she like pointed at him with a lot of love. So overall, I just think this was a really great episode, not only for socializing for Masamune, and especially for Ririsa to have all these cosplay friends in this group. I think it was awesome for them to set up a goal for like, okay, now in the summer we're gonna hit this other con in the summer, so that's gonna be our next goal. Is we're gonna be working up to that show. It was great as they were able to consummate their partnership, going forward. And Masamune was like, yeah, of course, like we're in this to win this. And all that stuff. So I just think this was a funny ass episode. There was a bunch of different funny moments. I love when Ririsa tripped and she had like her little like pose moment. I love where she kind of like got like overwhelmed. I love how she got hit on by that girl in the cosplay room. I love hearing the cosplay horror stories, like with wigs and with the one girl being told not to date biker guys anymore with leather jackets. I think this was just a really, really funny episode, really entertaining. And I think this was a 9 out of 10 episode. Like, I really love this one quite a bit. And I think they hit all the little ecchi, the little ecchi sprinkles that they had. I think they sprinkled it nice all over the place. And there was enough here for those ecchi fans as well, too. So, fantastic episode. Was disappointed. It did get my heart broken a little bit, but hey, I think we're gonna move forward, and this just opens the door, or continues to leave the door open for Mikiri, which I genuinely, I like really, really a lot. So I'll leave you guys on those thoughts. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments below, and I'll see you, my friends, next week for episode number 6. Peace. Happy Friday.